Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the JoinAPS Elite Truck Series from Watkins Glen. This is the Lung Cancer Awareness Race at Watkins Glen. And they're rolling off the grid right now, so let's take a look at our starting order. Brian Long starts first with Yusuf Gali on the outside of him. Chad Frankenfield and Joshua Banks round out second row. Jacob Plank and Alex Bell rounding out that third row, and fifth and sixth. Jesse Pierce starts seventh, and Andrew Rucker starts eighth. Carlos Acosta ninth, and Dallas Myhan 10th. And then not setting any times is Jaden Thurlow, Trevin Roby, Rusty Capel, Chris Young, Kendall Player, Kyle Zimmer, Joshua Adams, Corey Walters. You know, they round out the field. It's 18 truck grid here at Watkins Glen. It's a great racetrack in upstate New York. It's probably one of the more entertaining tracks on the circuit, if we're completely honest with ourselves. I know I'm going to have to throw cautions tonight, so at some point I might pop up the UI and have to throw a yellow for these guys if there is an accident. So you will see that. You will see me throwing yellows tonight. I've been asked to do that, so I will do that. They round the carousel with a pace car leading them around, that nice Porsche pace car. It's one of my favorite, actually that's my favorite pace car on iRacing right now. Personally, I like that over the Mustang, but that's my preference. They come around the final two corners. Just about to get the green flag here at Watkins Glen. Green flag is out and they're rolling. Brian Long gets a good start. Joshua Adams does not get as great of a start. Chad Frankenfield up his inside. Make sure there was no trouble in turn one, and it doesn't look like there was. Everybody got through turn one nice and clean. Jaden Thurlow going for a look on the inside of the bus stop over Carlos Acosta inside. No, and Carlos and they touch, come together, but everybody saves it. No big deal out of that. Something has happened to Yusuf Gali. I believe he's probably lagged out. Kendall Player passing Rusty Capel. Got a big pack up back there. It looks like the 2 is making a pass on someone. No, he's getting passed by Trevin Roby right now. And Trevin Roby makes easy work of Carlos Acosta. Chris Young back off the pace in the back. Joshua Adams blinking, but he's going to try to eventually make a move on Dallas Myhan. He's blinking something fierce, actually. We go up through the S's. Doesn't look like any major trouble has happened yet. Look like a very clean start so far. Nobody in the back spinning out, nobody in the front spinning out. Everybody made it through turn one surprisingly clean, and making it around these first 2 laps clean from the looks of it. Chris Young is just off the pace in the back. Like Yusuf Gali probably had some kind of issue at the start, because he's now 2 laps down on scoring. Brian Long leading this thing the first 2 laps in the books. 43 remaining. Trevin Roby and Jaden Thurlow side by side. And no, Jaden Thurlow is not going to get it done on the inside of Trevin Roby. Trevin Roby will hold on to that position. I believe he holds on to it. I don't think he's past Jaden Thurlow. To be quite honest, I'm not keeping enough track. Looks like the top 3 have broken away by about 2 seconds from Alex Bell. It's a real close pack back here from 4th to 8th. Close on track. So in the back, Kyle Zimmer and Rusty Capel back here for 15th and 14th. Back up to this closer battle. Trevin Roby gonna try to possibly make a move on Jesse Pierce. Of course, Brian Long's still leading this. He's leading by almost 2 seconds now over Chad Frankenfield, about 1.7 in front of Chad Frankenfield, who is actually getting caught up by the 36 of Joshua Banks. It's like Trevin Roby going to try to make a pass on the 4 of Jesse Pierce. Nose to tail. He sticks his nose into turn 1, side by side. Looks like Roby's going to make quick work, and Jaden Thurlow going to try to make a pass as well. And he'll make quick work as well, the 4 of Jesse Pierce. That's 2 positions in 1 corner that the 4 will lose. Looks like something has happened to Dallas Myhand. Let's take a look back and see if we can find what happened. He just locks up. Oh, does anybody get collected? I don't believe so. I know I saw the 25 around as well. What happened to him? Let's take a look. See if we can find out what happened. So the 25 of Kyle Zimmer. No contact. They just keep it green now because there was no contact. This pack right here is still extremely close. The 92 going to try to make quick work of the 18 once he passes him. Or once he gets up to him, I should say. Rather than when he... Obviously when he makes a pass, he wants to make quick work of him. Trevin Roby on the back bumper of Jacob Plank. But back up front, we see Brian Long leading by over 3 seconds now from Chad Frankenfield in that lung cancer awareness truck. Those colors look great on that truck of Chad's. It's usually driving in either a pink or an orange or even a black truck, but this white and blue looks amazing on this truck tonight. Looks like there's about to be some action. The 44 on the 92 possibly. This battle still ongoing behind Alex Bell. And Jacob Plank. I'm sorry, behind Jacob Plank, who's behind Alex Bell. Alex Bell sideways off the corner, but he saves it. 92 sideways as well. Saves as well. Very, very good racing here. Chris Young having some troubles in the back. He's having a rough go in the JoinAPS 21 Chevrolet Silverado off in the bus stop. Go back to this battle. The 92 on the 18. Don't block. Come on, Jacob. Don't block him. It's not worth it. It's going to cause a wreck if you do that. Jaden Thurlow going to try to pass the 18 as well, and he will. The 44 just following the 92. Every single pass that he makes. Amazing work by the 92 of Trevin Roby. Sideways out of the carousel. Hold on to it. Don't want to get too excited there, boys. You look back at Dallas Maya at 14th position. Looks like somebody may have cut the track. It probably was the 42, who is 2 laps behind. 21's been lapped of Chris Young, the JoinAPS truck, the series sponsor, Chris Young. 92 gonna try to make a dive to the inside of the 50. Almost hits him. Still possibly there on his inside. No, he's not. All up the rear end of the 92 on the tailgate. 92 to the inside of the 50, going into the bus stop. 44 gonna follow. This has been the 44's routine. The 44 gonna go to the inside of the 21. Still side by side with the 50. Jaden Thurlow, Alex Bell, side by side, they hit. He does get by Alex Bell, but that is not the cleanest pass that he has made today. Looks like Carlos Acosta and Joshua Adams close as well on track, but Alex Bell now, he's going to look to get some kind of redemption on that 44 if he can get back to him. I would not take too kindly to getting hit like that if I were him. Side by side up the S's, the 36 and the 15. And he'll hold the 15 of Chad Frankenfield. Will hold off that 36 for now. But Banks is really, really itching to get past. And who can blame him? Who can blame the 36 for wanting to get past the 15 of Chad Frankenfield? I would want to get past him. I would want to go catch my teammate. And that's exactly what Joshua Banks is thinking. Go back to this battle back here, and it's cooled off for now, but I got a feeling in these next 37 laps, if the 50 gets back to the 44, it might be time for the 44 to worry if that happens. Chad Frankenfield and the 36 of Joshua Banks side by side into one. Chad, no, don't spin. And he saves it. 36 gets by him because of that. Joshua Banks from third to second. .50 sideways up the S's. Alex Bell. He's really pushing that truck, trying to get the most out of it. Who could blame him, honestly? I believe something has happened to Jacob Plank. He has fallen all the way to the back. Hopefully I didn't miss any contact between Plank and somebody else, but at some point I have to broadcast this race and not worry about that. Corey Walters and Alex Bell, or sorry, Corey Walters, Andrew Rucker, and Kyle Zimmer side by close on track as well. This is battles for basically last on track. This is 13, 14, 15, and they're pretty close and tucked up with each other. Jesse Pierce blinking a little bit. That was the worst time to click to him, see what he was doing. Jaden Thurlow still following the 92. Brian Long has pulled away by 7.5 seconds over Chad Frankenfield. He is putting on a show today. This is his race to lose now. I believe these guys are good on fuel to the end, maybe, but I don't recall if that is indeed the case. Up the inside goes the 4 on the 50, and he blinks. Oh. It's a rough night to be SWA, having blinking issues again this week with one of their drivers. Of course, last week, if you recall, the 36 won, and there was a little bit of controversy on him blinking. And I know this week they've got a rule in place where if somebody gains a position by blinking, they do have to concede that position. So hopefully Alex doesn't feel as though his teammate Jesse Pierce has gained that position solely because of blinking. But if he has to. That 4 has to get back to position. Something has happened to Rucker. Still an ongoing battle, 13, 14, 15 back here between Kyle Zimmer, Jacob Plank, and Corey Walters out of the carousel. I had to think what the name of it was. It's like Chad Frankenfield is losing touch with Joshua Banks, but Joshua Banks actually has caught Brian Long by almost a second since I last checked on them. In front you got Jaden Thurlow still following Trevor Narobi as they come out of the carousel. But the ongoing battle on track, the closest battle on track is this battle back here for 13, 14, 15. Something is happening between the 21 and 6. I believe the 21 probably just got out of 6's way. 18 of Jacob Plank going to make a move here. Going into one of the final two corners on the 25. Kyle Zimmer. Kyle Zimmer just gives him all the room in the world to do it. Jacob Plank up to 13th position. Back up here, Chad. Chad's still trying to reel in the 36, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Kendall Player gonna try to catch up to Carlos Acosta. Something right here. Did I miss something? I believe this was single truck. It does look like it. Yeah, it was single truck. The 88 into the sand trap. That was unfortunate for the 88. He's had a good season so far. It's just not his night tonight, I guess. I have a feeling that's going to be not a lot of these guys' nights. And it looks like the 6 truck into the pit lane for some reason or other. It looks like he's taking a pit stop. Kendall Player still trying to work on this 2 truck. Of Carlos Acosta. Surprised that nobody has caused a track blockage up at the top of the S's. They get pretty tight up there and then they get snappy loose. You could easily lose the truck at the top. Oh, and the 08 has now made a pit stop. That'll pit him from the lead, and it'll put Joshua Banks there. The 21 truck is around in turn 1. So Brian Long still in the pits. I don't know if he's getting service or if something has happened. Something might have happened between 08 and someone, possibly. Let's see. If I can go back and see, I can find out. The 08, let's see. Can I find out? No. Something has happened with that 08, I don't know what, so. Nope, and something's going wrong here on the cameras. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know what happened with the 08, but I can't find it, so. Brian Long still in the pit lane. I hope I haven't missed anything important. Doesn't look like his truck has any damage. But he is pitted. He was leading this thing. Now 36 of Joshua Banks is leading. His teammate. See Rusty Capel all over Carlos Acosta and Kendall Noah Player also back there. Dallas Myhan hits the pits. He's possibly missing his pit stall. I had to throw a caution for that one. Let's take a look, see if we can find what happened. Under caution, I don't... glad I caught that. I'm glad that they stayed on track so I could see it, but... I mean, I was just clicking through and I saw that they were stopped, and it's just Carlos Acosta sideways and just collects 3 trucks. The 9 and 94 just get collected in it. It's unfortunate. Carlos Acosta, I think probably asked for a caution there. We're under caution here at Watkins Glen, and it's the first caution on a road course that we've seen in this league, which is kind of nice, but I think a lot of people might be angry over it, which is fine. I got told to call a caution when I see trucks sideways and stuff, so I did. Unfortunately, I don't know what has happened to the 08 truck of Brian Long, but he seemingly has retired from this session, which is unfortunate. See if we can get a word with Dallas My Hand. Dallas, got me? Dallas, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
How's it going out there, pal?
Not good. I got 2 faults to the right in pit road. Lost about 15 seconds.
Yeah, I saw that you had to back up at one point or reset in your pit stall there.
Yeah, it was just racing rules, I guess.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to the 08? Because I couldn't find out.
I have no idea what happened there.
Okay.
Not much on the radio. I've heard.
All right. Well, so how's your race going then, other than having that poor pit stop?
Pretty smooth. I spun out on lap 6. This wheel hopped in turn 1, and for the most part,
I saw that part. I saw that.
It's been pretty smooth for the most part.
Yeah, it looks like I know you got trapped a lap down with that caution coming out, but I believe everybody pits in front of you, so.
And I guess it's 1 to go with them on a pit road, so that's always good.
It's 2 to go on. It's 2 to go. You might want to inform everybody of that. 1 to go on a road course is 2 to go. Yes, 100%
okay.
Sure.
Making sure.
All right, I'm gonna move you back up. Thanks for talking.
Yep, thank you.
And Dallas My Hand was sponsor of last week's race at Eldora. I was trying to think of where last week's race was for some reason. It wasn't happening for me. The way 8th, 9th, and 10th were the ones involved in that accident. Carlos Acosta, Rusty Capel, and Kendall Player. Joshua Banks still leading this under the caution. And despite the fact that it will say 1 to go for them under this caution, it is going to be 2 laps to green flag racing. So with that being said, I think I'm going to step away. I'm not going to take a commercial break, but I'm going to step away and I'm just going to let you enjoy this caution. course, they've delayed this caution one more lap because of these two trucks that need to get caught up to the field. Of course, you know, I don't, and this truck as well, actually. 21, 41, and 88 need to be caught up to, in order for them to go back green flag racing. Which I usually would have an issue. I know if I'm a driver, I have an issue with this, but I also see that they should be caught up. So there's 50-50 on this, and yeah, so these three trucks gonna get caught back up to the field. Joshua Adams, Dallas Myhand, and Chris Young, series sponsor Chris Young. And then we'll go green flag racing once more. Green flag back out here at Watkins Glen. 36 of Joshua Banks leads them to green. 15 gets almost as good of a start. The 92 and 50 side by side in turn one. 50 gonna lose out on that one. And Carlos Acosta slams the wall up the S's. From bad to worse for Carlos Acosta. 25 on the inside of the 28 of Corey Walters. Kyle Zimmerly inside in the bus stop. He's going to make that pass on entry. Dallas now just looks like he's biding his time. He's caught up, but he's just biding his time a little bit. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all real close. Top five especially. This is what I think we wanted to see. Some real close top five racing. Real close to that wall up the S's, and Carlos Acosta makes it up that way. Makes it up the S's this time without an incident, I don't believe. Jaden Thurlow, gets real close to the rear of the 50 of Alex Bell, and Alex makes a mistake out of the bus stop into the carousel, and that allows Jaden Thurlow to the inside. Thurlow up a position. Thurlow up to up to fourth. Sorry. Top three pulling away from this field, however. Banks, Frankenfield, and Roby. Then you got another three-car pack of Thurlow, Bell, and Plank following them. And Rusty Capel, of course, 7th, 8th, Carlos Acosta, 10th, or 9th, sorry, Kyle Zimmer, and 10th, Joshua Adams. But the top three, of course, showing their class of the field. 92 on the outside into turn one. You're going to get by Chad Frankenfield. Sorry. All coming apart now. It's all popping off, for lack of a better term. Laps to go here at Watkins Glen Raceway for the Lung Cancer Awareness at the Glen JoinAPS Elite Truck Series race. These guys, they're fighting hard now. 20 to go. They've had a caution, and now everybody's real close together. It's the top two, top three, top four, maybe even. I would include the top four as being close together. And you got, you know, 5th Alex Bell and Jacob Plank at 6th. We're also close. You got this battle back here, which is the 9, the 2, 25, and 88. So Capel, Acosta, Zimmer, and Adams. But Trevin Roby right up to the back end of the 36 of Joshua Banks. Top four just broke away from this field by 2 seconds. I believe Chris Young has retired from this race. That's unfortunate. We never want to see the series sponsor Chris Young for JoinAPS.com. We never want to see him being retired from a race, but he might have it be. I know he had stated prior to this race that this was not his favorite racetrack, and road course racing is not his thing. Something has happened with Jesse Pierce. Let's see if I can find what happened. It might not let me. Oh, he's blinking. Blinking, yeah, he's just blinking too bad for me to see what happened. But Trevin Roby has passed Joshua Banks. I've missed that. Trying to find what happened to the 4, but yeah. Roby up to first now. Just like Canadian Tire, he's found his way to the lead, and now he's going to try to run away from this, run away from this race. Yeah, because that's what he wants to do. I don't think he wants to run away from this. If he runs away from this now, he doesn't win. But again, if you don't actually get passed on the racetrack, then I don't think you lose. So maybe he does want to run away from it. The 36 defending and the 15. Probably not going to take too kindly to that, and they collide, they touch, off track they both go. Come on, save it, boys. And that's no, they save it. Well, 36 doesn't take too kindly to being hit by the 15, but Chad had every right to when he got blocked. The 50, oh, Chad, don't do that. Come on, man. They're all driving angry out there now. Alex Bell up to 3rd. Wow. So on a lap, Joshua Banks drops from 1st to 5th. Oh. It's all popping off the second half of this race. I thought for sure I was going to have to throw another yellow for the 15 and the 36, but they saved it. I have a feeling this is where the action is going to be. With the 15 and the 50, Chad diving to the inside. He's not going to make that pass. He's just not going to do it. The 50 is slowing down just enough to get the run off. Chad is just, he needs to relax, Chad does. Kyle Zimmer coming into the pit lane. Possibly going to end his night, but he wasn't running fairly well either way. Chad Frankenfield looking to the inside of Alex Bell, going into the final two corners. And they'll keep off each other for now. This allows the 36 of Banks to get caught back up to the 15. And the 15 back up to third. So right now the running order is Trevin Roby, Jaden Thurlow, and then Chad Frankenfield top three. Bell and Banks round out the top five. It's incredible stuff. See the way that these guys drive this track and just race each other like this. It's pretty amazing, actually. We'll definitely catch up with all of these guys that were involved in this. The 15 and 36 will probably catch up with them after the race, and then we'll try to catch up with the winner as well. I don't know if he's in the Discord, but we will see. Okay, Chad Frankenfield up to third. For now he's in third for a lap, and Kendall Player spun out on the track. Let's see if there's any contact. No, looks like it's gonna be a single truck spin, isn't it? Anybody hit him? No, nobody hit Kendall Player, but Kyle Zimmer, yeah, I think his night's over in the pit lane. Banks is going to be eager to get back to Frankenfield. I mean, he knows he has the pace to be up there, but at what point do you tell your teammate to move over? Oh, and the 50 upside down, up and over, and out of the racetrack. Alex Bell. Let's take a look back at that. That was gnarly. Plows the wall, just gets caught and launches into the air. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But now that'll release Banks to catch back up to Frankenfield here. And at what point did Chad and Banks not race each other like they've had contact, like they've had an issue? Dude, it's 14 laps left in this race, and I don't know if these guys are going to be able to not wreck into each other when they do get caught back up to one another. Because, I mean, Banks, he's pushing so hard, incredibly hard. Something has happened to Rucker. Something has happened to Rucker. Single truck. Oh, no, he collected the 28, but 28's night is over as well over it. They were able to keep going. Oh. That's rough, because that would be a caution, but because they just kept going. I don't know if that would be... I don't know if he wants me to throw a caution for that. But that's unfortunate. Drew Rucker still going around the racetrack. I don't know if I'm supposed to throw a caution. Rucker going around the racetrack with a blown engine, and his night is over, and there it goes. Truck dead for Andrew Rucker. I believe it was if somebody gets spun out, but he was already spun and the 28 hit him. So I don't know if that's what would be defining as a caution, to be honest. Carlos Acosta possibly ending his race early, leaving just 9 trucks racing. Joshua Banks getting caught back up to Frankenfield, but can Frankenfield and Banks play nice to each other the remainder of this race? 12 laps left. And you know, once Banks gets caught right up to Chad Frankenfield like he is, it really easily could pop off. This could just be a wreck waiting to happen. Jaden Thurlow is caught up to Trevin Roby, but I believe this is where the action is going to be for this battle for third. Let's take a look with 10 laps to go here. Who's still in this race? We get the 92 of Trevin Roby leading over Jaden Thurlow in second place, the 44 truck. Chad Frankenfield and Joshua Banks. Then you got Jacob Plank, Joshua Adams, Rusty Capel, Dallas Myhan, Kendall Player, and Carlos Acosta. Carlos Acosta, of course, in pit lane, but that means 9 trucks are on the track currently. 10 laps remaining. Hopefully they're 10 clean laps, but I mean, I think some of these guys might love a caution right now. So maybe if 36 can get to the 15 and do some work. Not that I want that to happen, but I think a lot of these guys would enjoy it. It would definitely allow Dallas Myhan and Kendall Player to get caught back up. I mean, Dallas Myhan he's 15 seconds away from Rusty Capel right now. I'm wondering if Frankenfield is just driving it as deep as he has all race long, just so that the 36 doesn't get caught back up to him. I'm starting to wonder if Trevin Roby is falling off, because that 44 has caught him. He's just right on his tail, and of course catching and passing are 2 different things, but at some point you got to wonder if it's intentional for Thurlow to be back right there, and I guess we'll see. Looks like Kendall Player is catching Dallas Myhand. Caught him about a second that lap. Got 8 more laps here. Trevin Roby leading. It's about half a second separates these two. Chad, it's real close to the Armco barrier up the S's. Battle for first and second, and then as third and fourth are as close as the rest of the battles are. These two battles are as close as one another. I don't know who to watch. Because I feel like this battle for third is going to be the one that has an issue. But that's because these two had an issue earlier in the race. These two spun each other out at one point. And Jaden Thurlow and Trevin Roby seem to be playing nice with one another up there, so I don't think there's going to be an issue with that. So Kendall Player is caught back up to Dallas Myhand, 9th and 10th, or 8th and 9th, sorry. Not 9th and 10th. This battle. Chad gonna block off the 36. 36 probably not gonna take too kindly to that. These two already have not been the most friendly to one another. Oh, Chad. Banksy, please don't spin each other. Don't cause an accident. As entertaining as that might be, don't turn in on him, Chad. 36 gives away, but only for a moment. Gonna try to do the switchback of sorts. Nope, not gonna be able to get to his inside there. And Chad Frankenfield holds on to that position for now, but for how much longer can he hold on? A 36 is probably quicker. In fact, no, he's not quicker, but last lap, Banks was just slightly quicker than Chad Frankenfield, but I don't see, for the most part, where that's been. With 6 laps remaining here at Watkins Glen. Lung Cancer Awareness Race in the JoinAPS Elite Truck Series. Sorry to be only focusing on these two, but I feel like this is where the action is going to be. Banks pushing so hard, might have just cost him. Might have just cost himself. He has lost time to Chad Frankenfield, and he gains it all back on the entry of the bus stop. I don't know if Banks is going to wait till the last lap to do something with Frankenfield, but I tell you what, if he does, it's might not be the greatest of things that's received in this league, but I think that's okay. I like good hard racing, and if it results in a wreck, then it results in a wreck. Hopefully these two can keep it clean with one another, though. I know Chad and Josh, they definitely don't want to wreck each other, but I think that might end up happening. 5 laps left. Can Banks make as good of a move into one as he did last time? And he will. He'll get right to the rear bumper of the 15, Chad Frankenfield. To the bumper up the S's. If Banks can set this up, he can set himself up out of the S's. Down the straightaway. And he's not going to be close enough to set up the pass, but he was extremely close going into the S's out of 1. Great battle, but let's check back in with Jaden Thurlow and Trevin Roby, and they're still as far away from each other as these two are. And This battle for first and second, and then third and fourth is just. That's what I like about this. That's what I like about this series, guys. This series has this kind of action at the end of it. The battles for first and second, and then third and fourth, just as close as one another. I don't know which one to watch. If I had a side-by-side screen, I would watch both, but I don't. But maybe that might be something I have to look into doing in the future. 36 getting the run again, and it's just, can he make anything of this? Can he get a good run here and try to do something with Chad? Oh, Chad just slightly pulls away and just has to be frustrating for the 36 of Joshua Banks to know that you might be quicker than Chad, and you probably are getting held up just slightly. But last lap, Chad was faster. Jaden Thurlow was the fastest truck on track last lap. And they collide again. Chad keeps it going. Maybe. Yeah, he'll keep it going, but wow. He's definitely not gonna be too happy. Now let's take a look back at what happened. Banks just catches him. Goes to his inside, and I don't know. Chad possibly, yeah. It looks like Chad probably just turned down, not expecting him to be there. But now Chad's gonna go from third to fifth. Oh, it's heartbreak. It's heartbreak. Frankenfield's gonna try to make the pass on Plank. And it is going to be a clean pass from the looks of it. Still got this this battle to decide who's going to win this. Plank probably not going to go back at Frankenfield, but it could happen. There's a battle for the lead on the last lap. Let's see if Thurlow can get his win. I believe this is his series debut. Let's see if he can get the win here. Up the S's one last time. He's going to drive like he's never driven before, I'm sure. He's going to try to steal the win from Trevin Roby. Oh, and Roby just slides a slight amount into the bus stop, driving as hard as he's probably driven this entire race to try to hold off Thurlow on this final lap. Thurlow down this straightaway into the final two corners. They're going to try to take a look at him, pop probably into the last corner. Will there be contact? No. Like Thurlow's going to race him clean to the end and cost himself the win more than likely. No, side by side. Yeah, side by side of the line. Trevin Roby takes the win over Jaden Thurlow. And it'll be Joshua Banks. And then Chad Frankenfield. And Jacob Plank will come home 5th once he crosses the line. Adams, Rusty Capel. I'm sure Chad Frankfield is not too pleased about losing his position. I'll try to catch up with him if I can, but no guarantees there. The Dallas Myhan going to come across the line in 8th. And you'll have Kendall Player, who's going to be the last truck on track, and it'll be 9th place. Thurlow and Roby side by side down the straightaway. Let's take a look at the results here, and we got Trevin Roby winning this one, Jaden Thurlow in 2nd, real close in 2nd. Joshua Banks, Chad Frankenfield, Jacob Plank running at the top 5. Joshua Adams Capel, Dallas Myhan, Kendall Player, and Carlos Costa running at the top 10. Alex Bell, Corey Walters, Andrew Rucker, Kyle Zimmer, Jesse Pierce, Chris Young, Brian Long, and Yusuf Gali all did not complete this race due to whatever issues they were having. Trevin Roby and the 44 doing synchronized burnouts together. That's pretty nice. Must be teammates, I'm assuming. It burns it down here on the front stretch, does the 91. Or 92, sorry, and 44. He's definitely not going to pass inspection by beating the wall off like that, I promise. It's a great race for the most part. Got the 92 and 44 doing burnouts on the front stretch. 92 of Trevin Roby winning this one. That's not what I wanted to pull up. This is. Continue to burnouts. I don't think anybody's going to do an interview, and not that I can blame anybody for not wanting to talk about what just happened out there. These two still doing burnouts on each other's noses. See if Joshua Adam. No, nobody's in the Discord from what I could tell. So you're doing burnouts. I'll see if I can go catch up with anybody, so I'll be right back. I saw you got Chad Frankenfield on him. What's going on, man? How? Let's talk about what just happened between you and Joshua Banks. Actually, we can pull Banks in here if he wants.
Yeah, I'd rather talk to him after the race.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Anyway, so let's talk about that. You and him having what looked to be a disagreement with each other's trucks there at the end.
Yeah, earlier in the race, he really locked up the brakes, got underneath me, and you know, I wasn't thrilled, obviously, because I think he's better than that. But we talked during the caution; it was fine. I thought we worked it out. I thought it was fine. You know, obviously, I was still a little, you know, with the points race being as tight as it is now, especially with him in the mix. You know, Phoenix a couple races ago kind of means a lot now because I got moved out of the way by him and I lost 3 spots. So those are points I wish I had, but you know, I moved on from it. So we talked during the caution. I was like, all right, cool, it happens, whatever. And then I guess he made a mistake coming out of the carousel. I looked at the video and I easily had a run on him, easily had the position, but at the last second, turns left. Right when I'm about to make the pass, I don't know what. You know, he was racing Trevin pretty hard, but I felt like he was, you know, at least defending the position going into the corner. On my thing, it was a straight hack. I mean, I had to figure out how to brake and downshift before I made the corner. That's why I ended up sliding into him. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't real happy about that. You know, and even that last move, I mean, there was no way he was going to make the corner. I mean, there was no way he was going to make that corner without running. You know, it is what it is. I got to talk to him, see. You know, I'm not thrilled. Let's put it that way. I definitely don't think I had a winning truck. I thought Trevin was the fastest driver. That's why I let him go after that caution, because realistically, I thought him and Josh were going to battle it out, and then he kind of just let Trevin go. But yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate. My truck got real banged up. I already had like 25 seconds of optional during the caution. God only knows what I had after our original contact, so I was just trying to hold him off as long as possible. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not thrilled. I'm not real happy about it, but you know, I really only lost a point to him, or 2 points, because he led. But yeah, that's really what I got. It's a shame. I really looked forward to this race, and I was hoping to get out of here without any issues. I guess it could be worse, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you looked really good out there. That's for sure. You definitely put on a show, you and Banks, despite the fact that it probably wasn't too pleasant in the truck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was exciting. The whole time I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm sure Vic's at least having an enjoyable race here to look at, because it looked like Trevin and Jaden were battling up front pretty good. So
yeah, you and Banks actually were as close as one another as Jaden and Roby were. So
yeah,
it was hard to know which battle to watch, but I knew that watching you and Banks would definitely pay off at the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's good from an owner standpoint. I want the race to be exciting. I wanted it to be thrilling and obviously easier to put a broadcast on. Just wish it wasn't at the expense of my end, but you know, like I said, I'll talk to him and we'll see, you know, and we'll go from there. Let the officials handle all that. I'm going to stay out of it, and you know, go from there. I mean, I'm going to talk to him, see what we think. You know, I think if I would have finished worse than what I did, I probably would have a different tone right now, but you know, it is what it is. I look at the season. I think I've been quicker on most of the tracks this season. I'm hoping the next leg here I can continue to be quick.
Yeah, 100%. Anybody you got to thank for tonight?
Well, I just want to thank you know, Brian's Lawn Care. I want to thank JoinAPS. And obviously, I just want to, you know, lung cancer awareness. People don't understand that lung cancer is actually the deadliest form of cancer there is. A lot of people, you know, look at breast cancer and a lot of these others, but lung cancer is actually the deadliest. I lost my mom to cancer, to lung cancer. That's why I chose this race for the sponsors for lung cancer awareness. I've been coming here for 20 years. My mom started this tradition. this track means a lot to me. So, I mean, that's probably also why I was a little more fired up there, because it just means so much to me to try to get a good finish here. So, but I'm glad what I did. This time last year, the road courses, I wasn't doing very hot, but I think I'm slowly becoming a threat on the road courses. So that's good.
Yeah, it was a great race either way. Thanks for chatting, Chad.
Yep, thank you.
You go talk to him now, Bulls.
Yep.
I think that's I know the first two are in here, but I just don't feel like interviewing them. So I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. Thanks for watching. Next race is a few weeks from now, I believe. I don't know where it's at. I'm not gonna lie. I have no clue. Either way, I'll see you next time